Welcome to Tabletop Topics. I'm your host, Jeff.
And of course, Jeff. Guys, if you want to catch and watch our ugly mugs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and now YouTube Music. We also have our YouTube channel, one word, Tabletop Topics, our Triple T's Clips channel, and our TikTok. So if you click on the links, it'll take you directly to the episodes. And of course, we have timestamps so you can navigate throughout. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and of course leave us a comment. Again, guys, thank you again for joining us at the tabletop. Let's jump right into it. And yay! Guys, our soundboard is fucked up right now.
Soundboard is out.
So I'll make sound effects.
She betrayed us, man.
Yep, she betrayed us.
We showed it love and kindness, gave it a home, updated it, cleaned it.
Yep.
And he said, I'm not playing.
So I'll be the sound effects guy.
I think you guys are actually going to make your own sound effects.
You what?
You what? What? Oh my goodness. David!
What's that?
Yeah. What's going on, David? Yay! We have a returning special guest.
Oh, bro. It's a friend.
A veteran. No, he's a veteran now.
Bro, this a friend of the podcast.
Yeah, he's a veteran.
What you mean?
Yep.
He's been repping Triple T since day one.
Day one.
What the heck?
Appreciate it.
What the heck? He needs no introduction. It's your boy Dave.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
Guys?
How you been, man? It's been a minute.
Oh, man, life is crazy.
Shit. We talking we talking about inflation or everybody quitting their jobs.
Yeah.
It's time, bro.
Or getting let go.
We have a mass walkout, bro. Fuck this shit.
Yep.
What do you guys think about the I just recently heard the auto workers, they did a strike and like apparently they're getting paid like $89 an hour.
Oh,
Did you guys hear about that?
Mm-hmm. And UPS as well.
I heard about the UPS one, but
I didn't know about the auto workers either.
Right. It was kind of swept under the table because of the Writers Guild and the Screen Actors Guild.
But they haven't won anything yet, so like...
didn't the Writers Guild settle?
Did they?
They did.
Writers Guild settled. Actors Guild didn't.
Yeah.
Because...
What did the Writers Guild settle on?
I believe like better pay, less hours, whatchamacallit?
By better pay, what are they going to pay them?
Shoot, I couldn't tell you.
Like
See that
50 cents more?
Yeah, I did. Because a lot of them were not complaining. A lot of them were talking about how because they
You what?
because they live in LA, it's very expensive and they can't pay their apartments or mortgages because of all that stuff.
Livable wages.
Yeah, and it's like they can't live outside the city because their job requires them to be in the city in order to
get that wage.
Yeah, to get the wage because of the studio.
You know, that's how they combated work from home. Like people who are doing remote work, they're like, if you're doing remote work for like a Fortune 500 company and you're working outside the state, we're gonna tax you and pay you within the rate of that state.
Fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
Good thing.
Are you serious?
Florida ain't got no state taxes, so we're set.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude.
Yep. Because like, think about it. Like, imagine you're making New York City money.
Yeah.
Living in Fort Myers, bro.
There's no state tax.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
there's no state tax. So essentially, you're just eating for free.
You're gonna be one of them. You're gonna be like top 1% earner out here.
Yeah. It's like if you were to move to a different country and you're still a U.S. citizen, you're still gonna pay taxes for the
right, because they know you're not losing all that money.
Is that one of the reasons why there's pushback against remote jobs? Because of the ability to save a lot on your taxes.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Because I've never heard that before, and that makes so much fucking sense.
But the crazy thing is too, they'll tax you in both.
Rid of commuting.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Right.
It does essentially.
You avoid commute. You avoid everything, like all the bullshit. I know, right? They don't want us to be happy. Like, you gotta be miserable if you want to work. What? You can't be happy in work.
Yeah.
What the fuck? We need you to hate this job.
Facts.
What the heck? No, that's honestly, but I really thought this summer was gonna kind of be a catalyst for like, not say a general strike, but like kind of a semblance of that, you know, because that's what was really popular, you know, that was the talking point, you know, over the summer. And of course we heard about UPS amazing. But
then how many people try to jump on after they heard about
right,
UPS?
so they're not hiring right now.
No, they're not. They're not even.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. But here's the catch.
Catch 22.
You know what I'm saying? Yep.
You gotta work in the warehouse for.
You gotta work in the warehouse for 5 years.
5 years. Yep. You what?
You gotta be in that.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
You better earn your freedom, boy. What the heck? That's crazy.
I'm the sound DJ today.
No, that's crazy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So you work 5 years in warehouse to maybe.
And then
Maybe.
you become a driver, and then you have to drive.
Part-time driver.
Part-time driver.
Yes.
For like.
What if your manager's
3 to
an
5
asshole and just decides, I don't like you?
Then you ain't never going.
Oh no, you have to meet a certain criteria.
Yeah.
It's criteria.
Yeah.
Okay.
For you to get like that automatic.
No, I get you have to meet the criteria.
Oh, okay.
Even
Oh, right.
if your
Like if your
manager
boss.
You did 5 years for what?
Shit. Hey, now we know where the
How
word
do you-
going postal comes from. What the fuck? That's
'Cause
crazy.
it's like it'd be like anybody who has a pension, like people who've had a pension for a company for like
Right.
30 years, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, so about that, I don't got no money."
Well, yeah, it's like Bob that works for fun at my job. He's a dairy clerk. He's like, yeah, man. When I used to work for FPL, they used to have a pension, blah blah blah, this and that. When you retire, now they just give you a higher pay. They don't give you pension anymore. So.
Oh yeah,
Anything happens.
because like even their 401k and stock options are shit now. So they're just like, what else can we do?
Yeah, exactly.
Pay them more, and it's not even, it's nothing. It really is nothing. You know what I'm saying? But now max, UPS worker can earn, like a vet can earn 170k,
Mhm.
140.
Well, that's good for them.
140 to
That's good for
170k. No, that's very good. But it's just like the steps you have to take to
get
get. You
to that
practically
point,
have to
yeah.
die.
Pretty much.
Basically, yeah.
You're one of the final
Yep.
few. What the heck? Like, because you got to think about your needs, your health, your longevity. How long are you willing to deal with this shit? There's mandatory overtime, so minimum 60 hours a week. That's crazy. That's crazy. So they're
Actually-
gonna put you through the ringer to earn that.
Yeah, I kind of want to ask you guys about that. The topic of work-life balance.
Word. Yes,
Like,
sir.
what is your guys' ideal version of a work-life balance, like a healthy work-life balance?
A healthy work-life balance.
Like we can simplify it in: is it 4 days you need to work, 3 days, 5-day work weeks?
I'd say 4/10s.
Mhm.
It's beautiful. It's almost too perfect.
Yeah.
It almost sounds too perfect to be true. 4/10s. 4 10 hours. And then, of course, you'd have your 30 minutes, your 30 minutes.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Or you could take a full.
No, that really is because I would rather work 4 days and have 3 days off
Mhm.
than work 5 days.
Because your
and have
first
2
day
days
is
off.
your
Yeah.
decompression day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your second day, you're actually resting. Like, you're
Yeah.
doing what you need to do. You got
Yeah.
the energy. You got the whole day. And you don't have to go to sleep thinking about, I got to go back to work tomorrow. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly.
And
yeah.
then now you got a whole day to prepare to go back to work.
Mhm.
To mentally prepare.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because day one of your day off is, oh man, I just got back from a full work. I'm
Mhm.
beat. I'm not doing anything. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And then day two, oh, I have energy, but I work tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So 3, 4/10s, absolutely.
What Caleb said.
I think that's perfect.
I agree.
Caleb said, if you do what you like, it won't feel like work. Mm.
Hey, is that Caleb?
Caleb!
Hey, Caleb!
Yay! What's up, man? Oh man, bro, I appreciate you being up this late. I know your ass got to go to work.
Yeah, because he's the one that texted me. He's like, "Aren't you guys on today?"
I know you going to work tomorrow, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you, dog. Appreciate you, man. But like, so Caleb says, if you do what you like, it won't feel like work. How do you guys feel about that? What's your opinion on that?
I actually genuinely do agree with Caleb on that.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I think that, because I've definitely seen it with people in my life who, like, there's certain people who, like, I'll give an example. My mother, when it comes to occupational therapy, I've seen a lot of therapists working as a medical tech, like
Word.
how they operate as therapists, and like there's like two different like mindsets with like the therapist.
Mm-hmm.
On the one half, it's therapists who like literally hate their life. They hate the job, hate their life. It's just, but it pays good.
Money, yeah.
So they just deal with it. But then there's people like my mother and other therapists who they genuinely love helping their old people out.
Right.
So like every day, even though they deal with like everybody in the medical field deals with some major bullshit, especially like the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a certain joy that I've seen my mother get every time she goes into work that other people who hate their job just like don't have. So like I know I am a firm believer that there is something out there for everybody that you genuinely will enjoy and you can make a living out of it.
Yes, sir.
But I also don't think I think for some people it can be a lot more difficult to find that.
Mm-hmm.
I think some people are a lot more malleable and a lot more, they can kind of get with the program a lot easier. Right. They can find enjoyment easier in things. But then I feel like there's other people who, the way they're wired, the way they are, there's only like one thing in the world that they will ever enjoy doing.
Yeah.
Anything else, it just doesn't do it
That's
for them.
Nothing. No, I'm kidding. But like, prime example, for like me, I would say when I start into a new job or a new task or anything like that, it's fun through the learning process.
Yeah.
But once I got it,
once you get that routine, then it's boring.
It's boring. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm not learning anything.
But actually, no. I was gonna interrupt you and ask you about YouTube, but then I had to stop myself because I was like, and I know you know this too. Like even though like you and me been doing this for about 2.5 years, we'll never fully like be masters at it. There'll always be something to like learn and something to be good at.
Right, especially something that's like based in, you know, like generating content, ideas, like kind of following, like understanding the trends, the interests of, because you have to understand how people think. You see what I'm saying? That's a constant, you know, you can't just, all right, I found my bread and butter, this is what it's going to be all the time.
You can always evolve.
You have to evolve.
Like for example, like what we do, it felt like a chore at the beginning. Now it's something.
Boy, this thing felt like a job.
Yeah, it felt like a job. It felt like a job.
I'll never forget.
But it's like we were talking about this earlier, which is crazy that you asked us this. But he was like, "Oh, the first 25 episodes we're done," and I'm like, "No, we're gonna keep going." It's like this is not.
And in my mind, like it just didn't compute. I'm like I started glitching. I'm like, what do you mean? Like we got to keep going. Like even if we're tired, like even if we want a break, we have to.
Should. Like we've named some episodes Midnight Edition where we would be up at 12 in the morning.
Oh right, because you had a closing shift.
I had a closing shift,
and then he just.
Yeah. Now it's like I come home and I'm like. Because I went into work at 3 because I had to set up Christmas shit.
Oh man!
I left work, got to the gym, got home at 4. As soon as I got home, started fixing up some videos, putting them in different languages, and
then I see that I'm like.
And then after that, the rest of the night, anime, and my brother's like, Jeff, just go to bed, man.
I'm like just go to bed. This guy's falling asleep. Watching
you what?
I'm like, what are you doing, man? I'm like, why are you punishing yourself? Just go to bed. Yeah. You know?
But I love this so much that I enjoy coming home and then just looking at the numbers, the analytics, what can we do to improve?
Dude, I totally agree with you.
How can we?
Because like this grew on me.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I just wanted to kind of do my art. I just kind of, you know, just like be low key. I'm gonna do art. I'm gonna do that. And Jeff really kind of got me out my slump because this was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
When I was just kind of in some type of.
Yeah, he had to keep driving over here before he got there. And all
I was just in some type of. I was in a different mood, like a different mindset and stuff. And I was just like, you know, I just want to do my art and do nothing and waste away. You know, You know, just take it easy.
Let me get your little violin.
And then Jeff's like, oh. Why don't we just start talking about shit? You know, we never know when to shut up, so, you know, might as well put it on.
It's always in here. The ideas are in here.
Yeah, everything's always in here.
And then the need to want to help others too. Like we
and
live,
they need to want to know.
Yes, and we live normal lives like everybody else, and it's like when I'm walking through all these other stores, especially when I used to travel around or just interact with people, it's like, man, thank you for telling me this. I needed to hear this. Or, yeah, I've been through that. Like, we released a clip that had roaches on it. We were talking about palmetto bugs, and then the response was...
But, like, who's coming out here and talking about... It's like you see the elephants in the room, right?
Uh-huh.
It's like we're having a normal conversation. But it's like, come on, guys. I know this is what... We don't really want to talk about this.
Yeah.
You know, it's just to seem normal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's always that, oh, man, I feel like I'm an actor on a stage playing the role.
Uh-huh.
But it's like outside of that, I have these thoughts. I have these conversations that people are afraid to even bring up.
Yes.
Like, who's going to tell you, oh, bro, I got roaches? You know what I'm saying?
Even though 65% of the
Like,
United States have roaches.
Right.
That's true.
So.
But there's so many factors that go into it. It's like, oh, man, that's embarrassing. Oh, that's scary. Like, what if
But we talked about
what
it
if they
yesterday.
think I'm dirty? You know, this and that.
Halloween. We talked about it on Halloween, dressed up as giant roaches.
As giant cockroaches. You know what I'm saying? You gotta face your fears.
Yeah, it's called pest control.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
He's like,
dog, you gotta check that out. It's hilarious.
I'll tell you. Like I said,
had a good time.
And it's just amazing because it's like for you, for us, for everybody that you know, it's just like it's not like something that we plan or sit down and write about. We're like constantly coming up with ideas. Like this is all in your head, and you're just doing it on the fly. Like sometimes my brother and I will go an entire weekend. He'll be like, so what are we talking about?
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Like, fuck
I'm
it.
like,
just say anything.
I'm like,
I got a million things.
open
going
your
through my
mouth
head.
and then shit will start coming out.
Yeah.
And then it usually works that way. So what did Victor say?
Vic, what's up, man?
He's our shorts editor.
Caleb also said, imagine you like your job so much, you get up just wanting to do it. Amen. Bro, I be driving.
Just to get home to do this.
Just to get home. I be speeding through my shift.
Yeah.
Like, cause it's a 10-hour route.
Yeah.
When you're delivering, it's a 10-hour route.
Yep.
From 10 o'clock to 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get out by 6.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out by 6.
You what?
Exactly.
I'm trying to get out by 6. Like, that's how much I learned to like this. It became fun. You see what I'm saying? Because in the beginning, I'm like, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, or I knew we weren't going to be like getting all these views and stuff like that. But it was just like, it was something I liked to do, but the learning I'd say the learning process in this was the only thing I hated the most.
Yeah.
And
Really?
I think the thing that really made me like kind of take a step back was like, I couldn't find any correlation between what I originally wanted to do, which was making art, you know what I'm saying, versus talking.
Yeah.
And like, you could even ask Jeff in the beginning, like, I had so many reservations, like, oh, Jeff, you know, we're going to be on the internet. Jeff,
You're giving a piece away of your soul.
Soul,
You sure
you
you
know what
want
I'm
to do
saying?
this?
You sure you wanna
Is your
do
job all right
this?
like that? I'm like, I don't give a
is your
fuck.
job okay?
Yeah.
And all he kept saying is, I don't give a fuck.
I've been
So,
there for
like,
17 years. I got
right.
money.
It's
I'm
like,
fine.
we're
If they fire
good.
me tomorrow, I can survive 5 years. And I guarantee in 5 years, I'll be fucking fine. That's how I put it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, in most of it was like, because for me, it's like, sure, whatever, I don't care. But in the end, it was just like, I was kind of concerned for his part, because it's like, what can I say? What can you say? What are you comfortable with saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I was just kind of following his lead, because I can say some.
So we
crazy
found
shit.
we found some
You see what I'm
loopholes.
saying? So we found loopholes around and stuff like that. You know, the company.
Yeah.
You
We
know.
don't and then of course people who didn't work for the company would say the name, but that's on them.
But that's on him.
That's not
And then come on,
that's
mama.
not defamation.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's my platform, but it's not defamation of character on me, because he doesn't work for it and they don't work for it, whoever we invite. So if they say the name of the company I work for, that's on them, that's not on me. So it's not something that they can hold me liable for, because it's like defamation of character. Yes, it's it's our platform, but that doesn't mean it came out of my mouth per se. So how can you fire me for
Well,
something
libel
like
is
that?
just saying things that aren't true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not.
Exactly.
Like,
and,
these are
and
literal-
we looked at it too.
Right. These are little genuine experiences of our
that are happening to everybody
happening
around the world. And
yeah.
And if corporate chooses to pretend that it doesn't exist because they're getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, that's what they're going to do. So, but it's like we found loopholes a way around it, and like again, they can't afford to lose me, and if they do lose me, I have 17 years with them. I'm not worried about it. I have money that I put plenty of. So, and then if that push comes to shove, 50% will go into assets, and then the other 50 will go into this production in order to make it even exponentially better.
Scale it.
So exactly.
Scale.
So
Vic says, if it isn't the overgrown roaches.
Yay! We're doing our own sound effects, by the way, because it's not.
Yeah, Vic, the sound bar is out today, bro. you might actually have to add the sound effects.
Yeah.
Like in the clips.
Please do, yeah, because he's the one that clips our
Appreciate
videos.
you, Thank you.
Oh, that's your editor?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
He be turning us into dank memes, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like, damn, boy, I can say cookies, and that's just the funniest
He's
thing.
like, well, he said on the 31st, no, he said yesterday, the one time I don't watch your live is the one
we
time
dress up as
giant roaches.
Yep. Man, that's lit. That's
But
funny.
yeah, so I mean that's what I would say, man. It's just coming up with the brand new ideas every day, even if it's on the fly. Doing the research. It's
trust in yourself.
It's an enjoyment, and then of course, like we always said, the goal is to be able to travel, meet random new people, not dangerous ones, but and be able to like interview them, find out what their walks of life, their backgrounds, all that stuff like that. So that's something that's very interesting and something that we want to continue. And of course, collabing with you, collabing with other people.
Yeah, we want to put other people. We want to
help as many as we can. Yeah.
Like exposure. If you want to promote yourself, if you want to come and tell your story, you want to give life lessons.
Not only that, advice, using new tools and programs, finding loopholes so you can make money.
You know what I'm saying?
All that stuff like
and
that.
And then all the information we learn,
we give it for free. We're not
I
trying.
know it's crazy, right? Wow, you're fucking stupid. You can make millions. Come on, bro.
Oh shit, my bad.
If I do everything right, you know what I'm saying, it'll find me.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll find me.
Exactly.
I understand. We're all in the rat race. I'm not gonna
I'm not gonna hold you back because I'm ahead.
Right. You know what I'm saying? People turn into crabs, and it's just like I don't wanna do that. It's like, oh, you're being successful, I'm gonna yank you down. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm gonna be the crab at the top, lifting you up, or the fucking, we call it the barrel monkeys. Yeah, that's what. Everyone's barrel monkeys, right? I know, right? Copyright,
right? Because he said it.
When I counterclaim, just zoom in on the black guy with the beanie. Yeah, what color is he? Yeah, okay.
Monkey. You what?
Tough.
That's
tough, Jeff.
Shit.
But
I'm not doing a very good job, guys.
No, this is terrible. You only got the racist sounds.
Yeah.
He got the racist pack.
Oh man.
The sound pack.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the hell?
Oh man.
Vic says you need to be 100% clear with yourself if you want to do it. Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
You gotta be. Sure. You have to believe that you're gonna want to do it.
Because our buddy Vic, he does Twitch.
That man working all the time.
Yeah, he's working all the time. So
streaming Twitch,
he'll do our clips, he'll do him and Michael's clips, then he'll edit his videos, and every day he goes on his YouTube. He's like, oh, we're at 500 subscribers, let's keep moving up. We're at 600 subscribers, let's keep moving up. So he's never giving up. He just keeps pushing it because. What did he say?
He said, "Yes, I'm being a roach cyst."
I hate that man.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
but
no,
this will all make sense when you catch Tuesday's episode. Was it Tuesday? Tuesday's episode?
Yeah. It was,
when you watch
it was Tuesdays.
Everything he's saying is, roach
so.
cyst. I'm dead. I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? So it's just stuff like that. Like, what would you say is like the hardest part in terms of kind of scaling your ideas and keeping them fresh and original?
Yeah, because every video it looks like you put a lot of thought into.
There's so much. Like, I cannot say any of your videos are like, oh, it's the same thing. It's just a copy pasta. It's not. Like, there's extensive research. Like, your videos are good. Like, they're so pro, dude. Like, they really are, man. They really are. And
I appreciate it.
And it shows. And it shows in the views. It shows in the traction that you get.
Yeah.
Like, because the moment you took off, we were like, dude, like, he's doing
That's what's
it.
up. Yeah, you're doing it, man.
They're like, he's doing it.
You got something people want to watch.
Right.
I
So
appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're tapping into a space that people are afraid to
say anything about
say
because
anything.
cancellation,
right.
being dubbed
see what I'm saying?
crazy,
Like, I wanna-
certain things like that.
I want to be in a space where we can freely have conversations without trying to dismantle or discredit other people or insulting them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We can have a marketplace of ideas,
Yeah.
even though we wholeheartedly disagree.
Yeah.
But it's not. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not visceral or malicious. We're not looking to, oh, I'm right, you're wrong, gotcha. I got
we're
you to
trying to
say
learn
something.
something.
Yes,
great.
never
I'm
gotcha
trying to
moment.
learn something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never trying to put anyone in a gotcha situation.
Mhm.
I just want to understand why you think that way and what led you to those conclusions.
Mhm.
And then I can understand, okay, these are the factors that led you to believe this or believe this is true. You know what I'm saying? These are the factors that led me to believe this is
Mhm.
true. You know what I'm saying? Because it always goes back to saying there's your truth, my truth, and the truth.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If I turn my head, he knows you exist, but right now you're not existing right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I can't. I can technically say, "Oh no, Dave's not here." you know, Dave's not here
Because I can't see him.
because I can't see him.
Yeah. Which,
You know what I'm saying?
Which the age-long question is, if a tree falls down, does it make a sound?
Doesn't make
But
sense.
it only makes a sound because we're
You know what I'm
there.
saying? It's like everyone's opinion is just a perspective of the observer, and the observer exists outside of us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The one true observer exists outside of us. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like only one person will know the truth. You know? So and that's the building block I start with when it comes to having a conversation or having like really hard discussions with people. Because I'm not here to be like, oh, you deserve to be canceled. You're XYZ, you're racist, you're misogynistic, you're
You're bigot.
incel, bigot,
Yeah, all
you
that
know,
stuff.
all that. I'm just ready to hurl words at you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't even subscribe to those ideologies.
Yeah, it's weird every time we get
You see what
that
I'm
on TikTok.
Right, because we'll prime example, right?
I got
We'll
one.
speak on a topic one day, right? It'll be within the same, like,
Contact,
episode,
yeah.
right? And then you'll have freaking incels. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right, da-da-da. And then people are calling us misogynists. But in another clip in the same video, it's vice versa. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it's clipped out of context.
Right, because it's clipped out of context, but it's like, unless you see the entire picture, like,
I do a lot with that on my shorts.
dog.
But
Bro.
nobody wants to do that. They're like, oh, based off the video, why would I watch the whole thing if this is what I see? So that means the rest might be trash. If this is trash, then the rest is trash. And it's like,
The thing that
What?
aggravates me the most about originally I wanted to post the shorts for 2 reasons. A, for social media to build it up,
Mhm.
and B, I wanted to give people little bite-sized portions of the videos to get them interested in it.
Right,
You
right.
know? It's a quick 1 minute out of your time. If you like it, here's the video for you to watch. If
Right.
you don't like it, then go do whatever.
go
you
do
like.
whatever you want. Yeah, I agree.
So, but the only problem with that is since they're only 1 minute clips, a lot of times what I'm saying can be taken really out of context. So and a lot of times people will infer that I'm saying certain things, or they didn't hear my whole argument, so they're you're a freaking idiot for thinking
For
that.
thinking this way.
So
And you're on the
But-
internet dogging shit.
and now I wouldn't necessarily, because I don't care about that stuff, but where I genuinely do get kind of upset is when there's people who come from the opposite side and then they just start bickering and fighting over each other.
Right. In your comments.
In your comments,
It's
yeah.
Filled
just a
with people just
cesspool.
fighting.
Yeah.
I want the comments to be about oh
Right.
dude, I've seen say if it's about the Warrens, the Warren video was about are they genuine paranormal investigators or frauds.
Gotcha.
So I would want the comments to be hey, I've seen I've seen this video footage where it makes them look like they're making stuff
They're
up.
making stuff. You wanted
Like,
to progress the topic.
The
like,
topic.
yeah.
I don't. But when it's just people
That's
going
crazy.
like, "You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot."
Yeah, I
I can't
I saw-
believe somebody's so stupid to think what you said. You goddamn it! Like they're so mean, bro.
They're like,
So
they're like,
mean.
I watched all.
So
They're like,
fucking
Jeff, you what?
Go from like
Jeff,
0 to 100 immediately.
They're like, I watched all the movies. It's not a lie. It's the
It's like,
it's the truth.
it doesn't matter that much.
Oh, it really don't, man.
Like,
It
dude,
really
one of the
doesn't.
ones, oh my god, bro. I
It
think,
really doesn't.
dude, the biggest one where I got the most controversy was the NASA video for sure, bro. For sure. Especially on Facebook. Holy shit. People were not happy about that video. But then it was like,
Oh, damn.
so like,
And they'll try to report you too. That's the crazy thing.
Whoa,
so I
that's
got
crazy.
2 terms for like 2 different groups of people.
Mhm.
So on the one hand, we have the flat earthers, right?
Word.
And then I don't need to explain flat earthers.
You
know
what?
what flat earthers are.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, I have what I like to call Nassians. So Nassians, in my opinion, are people who believe anything that comes
From NASA.
without
Yeah,
doing
gotcha.
their own due diligence
Right.
and seeing like fact checking them themselves.
Right.
Mhm.
I would consider that a Nassian. So like in my comments, I would get the Nassians came out and wrote like droves first, and we're just like, you're an idiot, tinfoil, stupid, tinfoil. But then the flat earthers like came around in the corner to like my defense, and they were like, "What the fuck are you saying?" And they came in, and it's just a battle of flat earthers and Nassians.
Oh, that's
It's
nuts.
like, bro, there's like one of the videos has like it's got like 460 comments of just them going back and forth, bro.
They
It's
got
probably
time.
like 10 people.
Jeff, they got
Just
time.
I'm not even kidding.
They got
bro.
time.
They
They got time.
Dude, some of those like they're still commenting.
They're still commenting.
Going back and forth.
Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. What was the one video we made? We were just like, some people leave relationships. Some women leave relationships
Because they're bored.
That's it. You can't be bored.
This incel.
Is that oh man?
This incel with a dog comes in and says, "That sounds like a misogynistic."
No, it wasn't a incel. It was a white knight.
It was a white knight.
Yeah.
Captain
It's a
Saberhole.
white knight.
It was a Captain Saberhole.
Right.
So he basically came in and says, "Your views seem misogynistic." He's like, "What? In what context are you talking about?" I said, "Well, we're talking about in the context of some women, and I'm not saying all. I said some women." Might just leave relationships because they're just
It's no
bored.
longer interesting. It's
They're
bored.
no longer
Right.
bored because there's
Yeah.
back in the day, not including abuse, not including rape, not including all that other stuff. There would be women that would actually stay in the relationship because they love the relationship and the marriage. But nowadays, you can opt out to leave a relationship if you get bored.
If you get bored.
If you get bored. That's all I said. Your ideas are rooted in misogyny. And I said, that's a narrow-minded way of looking at the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just it's an entire spectrum of reasons.
That was my
why
first
people
internet
leave.
beef.
Like, and
My
it could-
first internet.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't saying most women. We weren't saying all women. We just said some women.
And he ignored all that and
Right.
heard women
Right.
are bored, so they leave
And
relationships.
it's just
And then a woman came in, SJW,
Blue hair.
blue hair.
oh no.
She came in and
Oh,
says,
no.
I agree with him. The only
Oh.
reason why women are leaving relationships is because men aren't being little boys. So I responded with, well, you don't represent all women. You can't speak for
You
all
can't
women.
speak for
You're
all
speaking
women.
from your personal experience,
Right.
but you don't represent all
Like,
women.
I don't understand it. It's like, and this goes with any demographic, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's race, gender, sex, whatever.
Yeah.
Any demographic.
Mhm.
You ask not to be represented as a monolith. Yet, when you speak on a subject, you speak as a monolith.
All the moment. Like
Yeah.
you're speaking for the entire.
You're speaking for the
Yeah.
entire group of people. I can't speak for all black people. I can't speak for all Haitians.
And I can't speak for all men.
You see what I'm saying? And I can't speak for all men.
Because not all men.
Not
are the
all
same.
men are gonna think like us.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, just kind of like think about like the ego to believe that you have the ability and the right to speak on behalf
of an entire
just one
That's
person,
so-
just one person alone. Like,
That's crazy.
The level of entitlement.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like they got time to think about themselves.
Think about themselves. And I literally rebutted with, this is not a broadcast. This is a podcast where we bring everybody through walks of
The
life.
broadcast.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, because they bash.
What did they comment? Oh, I wonder how many other fucking examples.
He's like, I say, because that's a narrow-minded way of.
Dude, how many times have you guys had females on this podcast? Multiple.
Dog, I'm telling you. Oh! Man.
It's like you're bringing.
Go ahead,
okay,
Remember
so
one of the
so-
intro I made for you guys.
so
There
I
was
got
two
a
females in the
guideline
intro.
strike.
Right.
Yeah, I got a guideline strike on
TikTok?
on TikTok because I put Vic created Interested in Serial Killers Part 1, Interested in Serial Killers Part 2, and it got a community guideline strike because we're violating the fact.
Oh, what did he give you a guideline strike for?
Huh?
What did he give you a guideline strike for?
It didn't even explain. It just said we were violating the
I
guideline.
think someone reported. It
The
was
guy-
a guideline strike from a report.
Yes.
It wasn't something they screened.
Yes.
And then flagged something like the bot flagged
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So it was basically a guideline.
So some YouTube bullshit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
basically.
Mhm.
So I'm guessing the guy that left the comment that, well, that sounds sexist, is the one that probably reported me. So they ended up taking
What a
it down.
fucking-
So in the video, the
What a
question
bitch.
was, and this was a repost. This wasn't even like a new video. This was a video from a year ago. So we posted it up, and literally I had add to favorites, likes, comments, and he was the only one that put, well, that's sexist. I'm like, what? First of all, the question was, why do some? I said, why do
And he
all?
even
And I
reiterated.
rephrased the question. I
Right.
said, not all. Why do some women? Why are some women interested in serial killers?
Yeah.
And true crime.
And
shit
true
like
crime and stuff like that. And guess who responded?
Man.
The
Oh, fucking man.
a man responded, but guess who responded to the answers that we asked? The two women.
The
that
two
were on the
women.
panel. But it's
The two women.
So I was confused about the sexism. It wasn't from me or from the women
From
that
the
were
women.
answering.
Right, because all we did was ask a question.
Ask a question. That's all.
90% of the dialogue were the two women sitting across from us.
Exactly, and they were giving us their perspective.
They were
because-
giving us their perspective
Mm-hmm.
and breaking down the question he asked them. So therefore, they found some type of alignment with that question to even come up with an answer for it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're sexist and got reported, and they took the video down.
Yep.
Like, all right.
So I mean, I still
Like,
have it on YouTube. I still clips. I still have it on
Mhm.
Instagram, and I still have it on Facebook. But it's just the fact that you can't even ask a certain question without somebody getting offended, and it's like we're asking the question so people that really don't know the answer can
Right.
at least get a perspective of the answer.
Right.
And I didn't even, like I said, I don't speak in generalities. That's why I say some, like the exceptions, not the entire rule. But apparently some people only focus on specific words that you say, and then they're going to be like, I don't like you now because you're a misogynist or you're a sexist or you hate women. And I'm like, what? How does your brain dissect?
It's weird. It's that faux,
dissect
what do
that.
they call it? The faux psychology or internet psychology? Where it's like a popular, it's like a, what is it, like e-psychology? You know how these people learn these fancy words.
Mhm.
It's gaslighting. It's triggering. It's,
Okay.
you know.
Urban
Yeah.
Dictionary.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Wait, what did you just say?
Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, like, but like, it's one of those, they call it something, like, pop psychology or something like that.
Is that what it's called?
Where I'll have to look it up, but it's like a recent thing. Like it started after 2015, 2016, where everyone had trauma, everyone was being gaslit,
Mhm.
everyone was a misogynist,
Mhm.
everyone was a bigot, everyone was.
Did that start 2016?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, yeah. So that's what happened today. So I got a guideline strike because of that.
Right.
But I know it was the person that wrote, "You must be a sexist" on the comment was the one. But everybody else added to their favorites, liked it because it's like not everybody knows the answer to these questions, and it's like if you could give perspective, especially from a female side, it's not. It's like talking about pregnancy as a man, and I'm like. Why would I talk about pregnancy as man? I don't know about pregnancy, so I'm going to ask a woman who can get pregnant. So
that's like if I ask, why do some women like to get pregnant? And then someone in the comment, not all women like to get pregnant.
It's so stupid.
And they're not
It's so stupid.
misogyny. They're called butt
clothing people. What? You what? Hey, yo, what the
Dog, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know what? If that's your reality.
Yeah.
That's your reality.
But
I'm not gonna engage in it. You could yell in the ether.
I engaged in it because
Talk
that's my
to the
first internet
void.
beef.
I can.
Yeah.
Talk
But
to the void.
after that, I'm like, my brother's like, the only way you can do this is by saying, I'm sorry you feel this way.
What? Absolutely. Sorry.
That's it.
Sorry, I can't change
Your
your
worldview.
worldview, or you can't see the world from my perspective.
Exactly.
Enjoy the void. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Enjoy the void. What do you want me to do? I only want to have productive conversations
Yep.
that build on certain ideas that I bring up.
Mm-hmm.
I can learn new things, find out what I was wrong in, and then maybe I'll have a different opinion, and we can grow mentally. And
Or just like I like also comments of like constructive criticism are also so beneficial.
Right.
Like I had a there was a somebody commented on the Warren video today, and she had made a lot of like really great points, but the way she worded it was like so respectful.
Amen.
So respectful.
And they attacked her.
Like no, they didn't.
Oh,
talk
okay.
No.
That's what I was waiting
My
for.
YouTube comments are pretty solid.
Pretty tame,
It's
yeah.
Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah, that's where it's
Because YouTube lets you restrict
And Instagram.
Right.
certain things that you say.
But so like the way she like framed it in the beginning was, so she compliments me in the beginning, says that she really liked the work, and then she's like, but if you don't mind, I would like to give you some constructive criticism because it seems to me like you really care about your work. So like immediately reading that like first like sentence, I'm already like, whatever
Alright.
you have to say,
Yeah,
I'm listening because you were so
Word.
nice about
Right,
it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And
Absolutely.
she gave me just like a lot of really great points, and like comments like that I'll always remember and always appreciate.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
absolutely.
but
We'll heart those comments. Yeah,
Exactly.
we'll heart those comments.
because like I never want to be somebody who like can't take criticism, but like there is certain kind of criticism that, and tell me what you guys think about this, but like I just don't take at all. Like if you're coming at me in a way where you're just being genuinely just disrespectful,
Right.
where you could have came at it a simpler way,
Right.
I have no tolerance for that.
Mhm.
Is that something?
No, I completely understand. Like,
Like when
anything.
people start with name calling.
Yeah,
name
they'll-
calling's a big
condescending.
thing for me. Condescending.
They'll call you names. They'll lead off with.
I mostly see that when they cannot win an argument or articulate their point. So they just revert to name calling and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
like-
So they think shitting on you is going to... Because remember, if you jump to their level, then you obviously already lost. So
Yeah,
it's like if you
right.
can continue to articulate your point or prove to them and tell them that, well, this is why you're incorrect and this is why it is this way, then you'll be fine. But if they convert to name calling and all that stuff like that, then that means they're not intelligent enough to have a conversation with you, and then they'll just revert to name calling because your ideologies and belief don't align with their ideologies and belief. But it's like, I'm giving you my perspective of what I believe, and then you give me your perspective.
It's not even perspective of what I believe.
Yeah.
These are my opinions that have been shaped by my experience.
Yes.
So they are valid to me.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? If you came at me with a, well, okay, like, understand, like, you won't understand my experiences, but if you came at it with the same mindset that, okay, he's coming from a different walk of life,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? We could be the same age, and have the same job, you know what I'm saying?
But
But
different
we got
experience.
there completely different ways.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And we could be doing the same type of job, but I have a different philosophy compared to yours.
Mhm.
But both are productive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's how I want to come into the discussion.
Yeah.
Even if we don't agree on our philosophies, we can ask each other questions that challenge, what we believe in. And then that discussion can go into the comment sections and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Because I like having, like, sometimes Jeff will hand me the phone and he'll be like, "Oh, Jeff, this guy left you a nice worded comment." Like, there was one comment a discussion I had with a guy in the comments when we were talking about bosses at work and stuff. Because it was a clip where I was like, if you're my boss, like, don't belittle me. Like, if you expect production, a conducive work environment is required.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying, like, don't be, oh, okay, don't be toxic. But like, if you want me to do something and I don't do it
Don't yell
right,
at me.
don't yell at me. Like, you need to explain to me, or, you know, show me or break down what I'm doing wrong. Or you can ask me, what are some areas that I can help you with to help you improve your work?
And how did that guy respond?
How did the guy respond? Oh, you must have never worked a day in your life. You're probably on welfare and this and that.
Oh yeah, it reverted to name calling.
Yeah, you're probably on welfare.
And when he broke down the entire sentence and then corrected the guy, he just switched it to something else.
He just, you know, and then that's when I know, okay, this conversation is over.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
like, you just got to know when to call it quits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But affect us? No, we don't let. We don't let anything affect us, because like I said, we take criticism every day, we make mistakes every day, and we improve on those mistakes every day. We all, and when we started this, when we talked about it, when it was on paper, we literally said not everybody is going to agree with our ideals or where we go about it, and that's why he always kept telling me, Jeff, are you sure you're ready to be on the internet? Because once you're on there, that's it. You're going to have people that are going to love you, and you're going to have people that are going to hate you. You're going to have people that are going to disagree with you, and you're going to have people that will agree with you. But at the end of the day, are you sure you're ready for it? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine, because I have thick skin. I mean, I've been shitted on my entire life.
But the only reason why I was concerned, because it's like
my job.
Not only just your job, but you gotta understand. You gotta understand how I think, Jeff. Yeah. I'm thinking about your entire body of life.
Yes.
You dedicated a lot of time to your job.
Yeah.
That's something you have at risk to lose. Me, I'm living my life like I am my own representative. I represent myself.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day, no matter what I do, I represent myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's not a corporate overlord looking at me. Yes, I work with Amazon, but
at the end of the day,
but
and again too, but I accepted that before I started this, because I said I would literally quit my job to do this full time, because I believe in this so much that I would do that, because what I've accumulated at my company can
go ahead
can sustain me for 5 years. So I'll be fine. I guarantee you this will be up and running before then. So that's what I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Let's read the comments, because Vic's been going nuts.
Oh shit! What's he saying?
All right.
Vic saying?
He says, let's start from, if we can't sit here and talk about something peacefully, then I ain't even gonna waste my time.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? Because like, I'm someone who does not like to use energy to get upset.
Yeah, you're wasting energy to get mad at somebody.
Most of my passion doesn't go towards anger. It usually goes towards...
Because you got to understand, you're doing something that they're not doing. They can hide behind their computer.
That's what I'm saying.
You're putting your face out there.
You know, that's how
creating.
That's how I sleep at night.
Yeah.
I'm doing something you're not doing.
I'm not in the rat race.
Right.
You're actively trying to get out the rat race. We're actively
You're a commenter that's still going to sleep and then going back to your 9 to 5.
Your 9 to 5 every single day, and complaining that you hate.
I'm the content creator that's doing this and then doing my 9 to 5 and then coming back and doing this.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Possible future.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
and you can keep shitting on my comments, but then you're going to be the same person.
You will be the same person. You will be in the same place. Shitting on comments.
While I'm in a different place.
And you will still
exactly. Shitting on that's how you gotta look at it.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I always tell Jeff.
Sensational.
This will never. Bad opinions, whatever, will never affect.
Never affect.
I will never.
Because we understand where we're headed.
I'll never care. Because if you yanked one of those shitty commenters out of the comment section and then stuck them in front of a camera and gave them all this software and this equipment and said, "Do better than me,"
they're not going to do it.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
And one thing I learned from watching the Whatever podcast is, he says the only reason why he doesn't invite men onto his show, because they can sit in the comment section and talk all the shit about the women that he invites to the panel. But once I bring them on here,
they switch up.
They ain't got shit to say.
They say nothing.
They ain't got shit to say.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you already know these anonymous, nameless, faceless people in the comment section. They're just giving you
the sauce.
Not even the sauce.
Juice.
It's like, I'm looking at it from the perspective I'm looking at it from the perspective of, okay, clearly there's a part in your life in which you need an outlet to shit on other people. or feel powerful.
To feel good. Because
To
remember,
feel good.
if you have a shitty life, you're going to shit on somebody else to make yourself feel good.
It's not even shitty life. If you just have insecurities, you're going to find a way to voice that in any capacity.
Shitty
like
life.
whether it's a different thing. Yeah. It's a different thing. It's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people who've had shitty lives and they're not shitty people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not shitty people. You know, it's just a level of self-awareness. It all comes down to self-awareness.
Yeah.
You got to know how you interact with the space and people around you, and how they receive your interactions. You know, and these people who are just like to be toxic, who find enjoyment in being toxic, you know what I'm saying? Power to them. They have their own little community. They can be toxic if it brings them happiness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm not going to interact with it. I see it, you know, but it doesn't really.
Yeah.
I know who I am. I know what I am. I know what I'm going to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, everything you're saying isn't. It's not
And
true.
that's why any
Doesn't matter.
negativity, any bad comments, all that stuff, we don't take it personally, only because we understand where we're headed and where you're going to be.
Right.
So we'll be up here, and that person, that anonymous name, is still going to be down here
Yeah.
complaining about life.
How
Still
you
in
gonna
the
tell
rat
me I'm
race.
stupid when you don't even know what I have for breakfast?
Exactly.
Sensational.
Sensational.
Clearly, you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? What did I do at 11:50? You know what I'm saying? You can call me stupid, right?
But again, too, like the perfect example was with the video of the guys like, well, why would I watch the rest of your content when I see this? The rest of your videos must be shit because you're talking about women. And that's when I have to explain, well, if you watched any of the other videos, it has nothing to do with men and women or female and male dynamics or anything like that.
It's not a broadcast.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're bros, but it's not a broadcast.
Exactly. So
Vic says, I'm going to talk about this when I'm on here.
yeah, he's coming in December.
And then
bet.
he said, I'm the one getting women pregnant.
Sensational.
And then he says, I've had a shitty life, and I'm a shitty person. But Vic, you have great qualities.
Yes.
You have soft qualities. We know there's a squishy, gooey nougat gummy bear in the middle of all that crusty hardness, bro. It's okay. I can feel it. It's in your soul,
yes,
bro.
sir. Yes, sir.
I'll give you a hug next time
Yeah,
I see you.
and he's literally doing it, and he pushes his content on Instagram, and TikTok and YouTube every single day. So he has more subscribers than we do, but we're not like you.
It's not a.
You'll have to send me his YouTube.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure,
I
for
want to
sure.
check that out.
So
I think
it's like,
Smoke the Reaper.
Holy shit, boys! Before I forget,
Word.
Yeah.
we don't have to talk about this just yet, but we got to talk about this app called Gray app. You haven't heard of it yet?
No.
Oh my god, bro, you're gonna love it.
Okay.
We don't have to talk about it yet, but I
Okay.
wanted to talk about that at some point tonight.
Okay.
Okay,
Word,
yeah,
word.
for sure.
Yeah,
Let me
for sure.
interrupt. Continue.
But yeah, like with Vic, you know what I'm saying. So it's like when you get to a space where, like I said, it's just a level of self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like you just gotta know. Some people just don't have that head voice that's telling them, I can be doing something more productive than talking shit in the comments.
on the internet.
Do you think, since you're talking about that little voice, I remember when I was working with I was working at the medical tech place. There's this guy who was in his he was older, but he was a really cool guy, really nice. Just had, you know, those people who just everywhere they go, they just have an insane just amount of like joy that they express.
Right.
And it's just like,
It's infectious, like it's an aura kind of thing.
but it's not like too much. You actually is like, you probably went through some shit in your past, and like you're just
you found
appreciating.
good, appreciating.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not fake. There's like a
Absolutely.
genuineness to it. So he was like one of those guys. Oh my god, I just lost my train of thought.
No, don't worry, man.
What was I just gonna say? What were we just talking about?
Whew.
You lost your train of thought too. Oh shit, you guys are killing me. No, because we're talking about how people are getting out the rat race and not being a shitty person. In
Right,
life.
not being a shitty
Oh wait,
person.
little,
right.
little voice, little
Right,
voice.
little
the
voice in your head.
Okay.
There you
voice
go.
in your head, yeah.
So he brought. So we were talking about like the little voice, and we were talking about conscience, and we were talking about God, and he said to me, he was like, you know, not everybody has that little voice in their head. And
Right.
that really stunned me when he said that, because that's the first time I've ever heard somebody say that. Now, when my assumption is just that, like, what I believe is, like, that little voice is God, and that little voice...
It's like your conscience.
Basically, like, I feel like the way it works is, like, there's a little voice in your head, or sometimes it's not even a voice, it's like a feeling. And it's like, before you think about doing something, like, for me, it tells me, like, if I know I'm going to do something bad, it, like, there's a feeling of, like, you shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it even goes further than that. It's like, you shouldn't do this, and this is what's going to happen when you do this.
When you do it, right. You start...
Which makes you feel stupider when you do it. But when I heard that statement that not everybody has that little voice, do you guys believe that?
Oh, no, I do.
I do. The only reason why, and then let me go first before you lose your train of thought, because there's certain people that do certain things without consequences, and then when they get into trouble, then they understand what the consequences of that is. Like, light example is, like you said, people doing the shitty comments. Like, nothing in their head saying, well, why would I shit on this guy in the first place, but I'm going to do it anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Now, there's no precognition.
Why don't they have certain decisions? Though? Is it because of their upbringing? Is it like what? Why? Because you guys, I would consider you have a conscience. You guys are very empathetic. One of the nicest people I've ever met. So
thank you, sir.
But like, why would you guys have it? Not to be like me, but just to ask the question: why do you guys have it and then other people don't? In your opinion, why do you think that is?
That is a good question.
Because I don't know. But
I honestly believe the people who have that head voice are usually ones who deal or go through a lot of stress experiences, like high stress experiences. And usually, like for me, I noticed my head voice, like, when I was young and like stressful events during like traumatic experiences and stuff like that, where I felt like there were thoughts that I couldn't talk to people about.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I tried to deconstruct them myself, and then in that process, you know, I started speaking to myself. I don't know if it developed into a head voice, but I normally, because I can do both, because normally people without head voice they speak their thoughts.
I've heard that too.
Yeah, like they literally speak. Like I can speak my thoughts. Like sometimes you'll catch me just talking.
Yeah. Talking
to myself, But in other times, like when I'm driving, it's all in my head. Like if I'm alone.
So people who don't have people literally don't have. Okay, so like when you're talking to yourself in your head, like I know that voice you're talking about. It's like you.
It's you.
It's just in your head.
Right, but it doesn't sound like you. Does your head voice sound like you?
I can change whatever it sounds
like, right?
I can make it sound like
we had an episode on that, yeah.
Right.
That's another weird thing I always thought as a kid. You can change
your head voice.
Sound like whatever you want to.
Yeah.
And it's seamless too. It's not a difficult mind process to do that.
And sometimes like that'll bleed into my dialogue. Like, why do you think I have so much inflection in character when I talk? Like, oh hey, yeah, what are you gonna do today? You know what I'm saying? Because that's literally the voice I'm hearing in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's one of his head voices. Yeah.
You know, that's one of my inside voices. You know what I'm saying? And then like, you know, so it's just like, and then there's just, I'm not gonna try to describe.
Oh yeah, because when Vic did clip that, because we were talking about our conscious head voice.
Yeah.
It got 23 or 28 100 views on it.
And
then there's a lot of people that are commenting on it. He's like, yeah, I always experienced that, did this and that, and this was not just on TikTok, but it was also on YouTube too.
Okay,
it's not just you, man. Everybody has
Not everyone has head voice, but those who don't have head voice, they usually tend to
lack of self-awareness.
I wouldn't say because that's the thing. Like self-awareness literally means like.
Well, do you think reactionaries are part of the not having the whole head voice thing?
How does one acquire self-awareness?
Alone. You got to be alone.
Alone and knowledge.
You got to be alone. No, because just even being alone.
I'd have to disagree a little bit on that.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't think you have to. I will agree that for most of it you do have to be alone, but I do agree that there are people who can genuinely. I've had conversations with people where they have throughout the conversation, like I've been able to like genuinely like they've changed my worldview on
Right.
certain things just from the conversation we've
Yeah.
had. So I do think that it doesn't have to always be alone, but I do think for majority of the time you do have to be alone to gain that self.
For me, I got my head voice because I felt alone when I was younger. Like I had no friends, nobody, people
Right.
made fun of me, all that stuff like that. So it was like
Yeah.
I developed my head voice.
But what you just, I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Sensational.
My fault, Jeff. Finish what you were gonna say.
No. That was basically. I was just basically saying I developed my head voice because as a kid I was alone, so I had nobody to talk to. So that created the head voice for me to have the conversations with myself, which is why sometimes when I autopilot home, I'm having conversations with myself.
Right.
Mm.
But
Okay.
my thing is, like, in terms of self-awareness, like, how are we approaching self-awareness? Because, like, the way I interpret self-awareness is, because, like, me, I'm at a point where I'm taking into account what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, how you're receiving it, your reactions, how I think you're receiving it, how I think you think I'm delivering it,
Yeah.
and then, like, and then on top of that, like, I need to understand, where you're coming from by what you're saying, or what factors influence you. From, like, okay, let's go back to your example, right? So you said you've had conversations with people who've changed your worldview right then and there.
Yeah.
What allowed them to change your worldview? You have a
Allowed
deeper
them-
understanding of how, the world dynamics are, like how people interact with each other.
The way they were able to break it down.
Right. But that also plays into self-awareness. I wouldn't just say head voice, but that plays into because self-aware is also being open to understanding that you aren't the only player in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You're willing to accept other
Well, actually, you know what? If we're going to talk about specifically that,
Word.
I would say two things brought that self-awareness.
Mm-hmm.
My relationship with God
Mm-hmm.
and psychedelics.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Two main things. Because my relationship with God, that helped self-awareness because that put me under the mindset of, at the end of the day, every other person that you see was created by God.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, you're not a God. Number one, you're
Right.
not better than everybody
Right.
else. Like, you need to understand,
Right.
like,
We're all human.
it gave me a sense of hierarchy.
Right.
But then, like, acid, because, like, then I went through life and kind of, like, just got away from that and then got pretty, like, self-absorbed in, like, my own, like, things in my own life and, like, genuinely was kind of a piece of shit person. And then going through acid and psychedelics, it made me look at my life in a third-person view.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing that in like, I could literally go back and look at memories, but, like, really look at myself as if I'm just sitting there watching myself,
Right.
like, what are you doing?
What are you
bro?
doing? Yeah.
Like, you really...
Level 7 or level
Yeah.
8?
Because it's, like, it's so weird, because you can look at, like, the people you're talking to, and you can
Right.
actually see
You can see them.
see the reactions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like when you were talking to them and when you were talking to them, but, like, in the actual
In the
conversation, like, you saw the reactions, but, like, you were so self-absorbed you weren't paying attention to them.
Yeah.
But then,
It's
like,
just
when
a
you're tripping
fact.
and you're able to, like, decompress and, like, really break down the situations and moments you had,
Mhm.
you can, like, really, like, focus on, like, how the other person was, like, reacting
Receiving that
to what you were saying and what you were doing.
Yeah.
And, like, that was huge because that really made
It's like
me
you watched
feel...
a Roach episode.
I feel like you did. You're gonna love the Roach
You're
episode.
gonna-
I'm
that's-
telling you.
That's literally
I'm telling-
that's
It's
literally
like
towards the end
I
of it.
always believe self-awareness comes tandem with mindfulness.
Mm.
To be truly mindful, you are so self-aware in how the way you interact with the world affects everything, everyone, and how it comes back to you.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? And then, of course, as you get older and you gain more knowledge and memories, your memories just become an archive that you can dip into.
Mhm.
Like I always told my brother, it's like I want to reach, because there are levels of
Enlightenment.
of enlightenment and self-awareness. And I want to reach a level where, like, there's a level of self-awareness, of consciousness, where not only are you the third-person observer, so the third-person observer watching you have the conversation with someone else. No, the third-person observer is you thinking about what the other person thinks about you.
Yeah.
And how they'll react.
And how they'll react. The fourth-person observer is you thinking about your thought processes and what led you to think that way. Why are you thinking this way based on these circumstances? And why are they thinking this way based on their circumstances?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always preach it's bigger than you. Like, it's above you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a version of you that exists, the level of self-awareness of you that exists, that's a fifth person observer, a sixth person observer. And of course you have the level 7 where it's like someone who can witness their entire existence as one body of work. They can see their life as one existence. You see what I'm saying? Instead of, well, I was this age at this time, or I did this, I was a different person at this time. Me, I'm still at a point where I still cannot find, prime example. And this is a great example. You ever heard of the whatchamacallit, the ship replacement paradox? Okay. So this is going to lead into the self-awareness thing. All right. So let's say I have a brand new ship.
Sensational.
I have a brand new ship.
Yeah.
And every month I replace a part of that ship.
Okay.
At what point is it a new ship? Is it a new ship or is it still the old ship? Now, if I take every piece I replaced and rebuild the ship, which one is the ship? At what point does my ship become a new ship?
When you've replaced every part.
When you've replaced... But when? When does that happen? Because it's still the same ship. If it has the name Santa Maria, right?
Oh, I see.
Yeah. If I name this ship Santa Maria, and then one day I replace a floorboard, and then I replace the sink, and then over 50 years, I've replaced the last floorboard.
Is it the same ship?
Is it the same ship? And then I take all the pieces I replace and then rebuild that ship, which is the Santa Maria.
Okay.
And then I apply that to my self-awareness and how I know I haven't reached that level of enlightenment, which is I can look at my life, like you said, like a memory. I can watch it. I can replay it. And I always tell my brother, I always give him an example. I'm like, you know why I like the feeling of nostalgia? Because it's not that I want to relive it. I want to witness it.
Yeah, just watch it.
I want to witness it to know myself at the time. You know,
because you look at yourself.
Because I look at myself.
That's not.
How is that me? When did I stop being this version of me?
Myself.
Did I just wake up and it was me, or was it little pieces being changed, little moments in time, little moments in time, building up to this level of awareness where I'm at now? Like, I can't pinpoint a time where, like, because to me, I can remember the memory. Like, we always, I remember when we did this. But I can't remember the being.
The feeling.
My feeling, the state of being I was in.
Yeah.
What my mindset was.
So witnessing it will bring back that feeling. That
feeling. You know, and I also want to reach a level where it's just like, I can look at my life as an entire single being. Like as an entire body of work. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, I stopped thinking this way. Like, prime example, you can reach an age where you can dig deep down and find that childhood wonderment you had every Christmas.
Yeah.
Where is that? That's tough. It's a tough thing to find.
Yeah, because it's gone for me. Because how I felt from 5 to 10 is not how I feel now, because that wonderment is gone.
Right.
So it's
that
like
innocence.
Some people try to live that innocence through their kids, but sometimes they will never find it. So it's like certain things like that.
But like with me, I understand there are some parts of me that are still there, and I still see them since I was a child. I'm saying it doesn't matter how old I get, I'm gonna be goofy as hell.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, for sure. We just got more
gonna be
rules.
Goofy as hell.
We just got more rules.
I'll just start I'll dance anywhere I go. I'll make funny voices. I'll tell jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'll make crazy observations, ask crazy questions, and that's a part of me that's been here since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep talking. That's the part of me that's been with me since I was a kid. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, in terms of awareness, there's levels you can reach where it's like I believe it. I'm at a point where it's just like I know it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? And I want to extend that understanding to everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not just one example we gave. Okay, something you do here could be morally wrong, but in another country, it's right. You see what I'm saying? But who are you to decide what's right and wrong in those contexts? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, the solution would just be, okay, switch each person to where right is wrong and wrong is right.
Yeah.
You know? But that's something people don't think about. It's, you do bad, you must be bad. Without looking at your entire body of work of life, or even trying to find out the influences that went behind your judgment, your critical thinking skills. Like, prime example, why do people do drugs, or why do people commit crime? You see what I'm saying? Why do they make these dumb decisions? Because there are facts where that decision was the best decision.
Yeah.
And it provided them successful results every single time, or a majority of the time. So they've come to trust that part of themselves. Like, hey, me who robs and steals
has worked for me half of my life.
So that is me. That's who I know.
Unless you show me a different way, then that's what I'm going to continue doing.
You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just levels of awareness.
Yeah.
And not everyone is self-aware, you know. It's like the whole man-bad thing. This person is bad, so that means everyone associated with him is bad.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just, and it's not just, you know, they're dumb. It's just,
some people just have it, some people don't.
some people just have and some people don't.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's okay.
Are you able to analyze whatever situation you're in and then make it a conclusion, or are you just going to be like, because that person says this, it makes me feel some type of way, so I react the way it makes me feel, instead of thinking about
why do I feel this way?
Exactly.
Why did what they just said make me feel this way?
It's bigger than this.
Even though I disagree with it, there are things that happen in my life, or why does this person have this outlook on life? Why is everything hopeless? Why do they believe that? You know, why do they, when I tell someone, oh, I'm going to be, like, prime example, first time I thought about doing this, right? In my mind, I'm already thinking 5 years ahead.
Yeah.
My mind is 5 years ahead. He's always getting on me, Jeff. Come back here. My brain's always in the future.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about me in the future.
Yeah. But we got to do it.
But we got to worry about now.
To get over there.
Over there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, future me, can you happen now? Can you just, you know, send me a bone?
Yeah,
you know
it's like, that's all we want.
Yeah,
it's
you know what I'm saying?
That one clip, that one whatever is what's going to put our name out there.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's like,
but then they'll look at me and then they'll tell
it.
me every single reason why it's not a good idea. And it's like, okay, what is limiting you from believing these things are possible, regardless of the odds? You know what I'm saying? Let's say you go to school, you get a degree, you're working a nice job. To you, that was easy.
It's secure.
It's secure. It was no. I mean, individually to that person.
Okay.
Not as a concept, like their job was easy to secure. I mean, like, to you, it was easy. But someone who's not interested in that, or who's had a bad experience with that, can come up with a million reasons why that's a dumb idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, each and everyone's experience is unique to their individual
pros and cons to everything.
Right. That's why I can't, like, as crazy as some opinions sound, unless it's like calling for death and like
hate speech.
Hate speech,
yeah.
right? Hate speech. That's just blast. It's just chaos. You know, I don't deal with that.
Blaspheme.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But like when it comes to stuff like that, it's just changing. Like, I want to see if I can change your mindset on how you approach challenges in life. Because I've noticed when I change my mindset on how I approach challenges in life, things didn't become easier. They just became clearer and more I'd say it felt more possible to do certain things instead of, because like I said, you're the only one who's keeping you from doing or not doing something. Because at the end of the day, it's your choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're the one who makes the final choice.
Do you want to be stuck in a rat race, or do you want to get out?
Right.
Of it?
And some people who lack self-awareness, you'll find attributes in people who lack self-awareness. They lack accountability. They lack mindfulness. They can't incorporate other people outside of themselves. They're self-centric.
But like you said, when they ask for your opinion and then they react negatively towards that opinion.
Yeah, if you don't align, if your response does not align with how they would respond or what would make them feel comfortable or what their morals and values are, they automatically dismiss you, discount you.
Yeah.
Because there's just this immediate, they haven't learned how to process this visceral emotion, this reaction from what you just said, from someone disagreeing with their worldview. You see what I'm saying? Because you'll never believe you're the bad guy until you look in retrospect. Until you look, because at the time you're like, I believe in this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've reached a level of awareness. Well, I believe in this. Who says I'm wrong? You know what I'm saying? Well, you can't say I'm wrong. It's that. You know what I'm saying? Well, a lot of people reach that step, but it's like, okay, but what if I am wrong?
Yeah.
How do I accept
How do you
that?
proceed forward? Yeah.
How do I continue forward?
Yeah.
What if I am wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think no one ever goes that far to actually.
No one ever goes that far.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything is self-centric. It's all self-serving. It's just a projection of my will. If you don't agree with... Because it's like when we spoke with Jimmy. I think you were on with us as well. Or what? No, this was with Magic and Phones.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Where it's like, anytime you have a discussion, words, it's just an extension of your will. Whether it's to manifest or to convince or change someone's opinion or get something out of some blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I lost my train of thought. I have no idea where I was going with this. But like, what happens when those words don't work? What happens when you can't assert your will? You know what I'm saying? Like, like, how do you deal with that? How do you react to that? And that all comes down to inside yourself. Like that comes down to how you view the world. You see what I'm saying? Because like, we could have a discussion, we don't agree, but I appreciate your opinion because it does give me another perspective on, oh, I remember when David did say that.
Yeah.
Because if I come across it in my life,
if somebody else saying that,
if someone else saying it, okay, like, I still believe it's valid because your life experience brought you to this opinion. That means it's valid. It happened.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Regardless of how you interpreted it or of how you viewed it, it happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like, I can never discount that because it's the observer effect.
Yeah.
David doesn't exist. You see what I'm saying? But now he does. So it's just like, and that's how, like, I know, like, I'm all over the place, but that's just how I look at it. It's outside of me. I'm witnessing myself live my life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I always, like, Jeff will watch me, like, I'll be doing, and this happens to me at work, and it's just like, I'll be doing everything. I'll be doing the job, I'll be scanning, I'll be driving, but my brain ain't here.
Yeah.
Autopilot.
My brain's out there.
Yeah.
My brain's talking to past me, future me. What would past me do? How would I react to this when I was 17, 18, 14, 15?
Well, that's why I told you when we had that conversation, I'm like, you're completely different than who you were when you were younger. And I don't think I understood it when I said it back then, but in the sense of who he is right now is not who he was as a teenager or in his early 20s. Like, he's a completely different person. So when I look at him, I'm like, damn, you've changed. Not the fact that you're getting older, but the fact that that person that existed during that time is way different. So it's like you're a different person every decade. And you're just looking back on your life and saying, damn, was I really like this as a kid?
Right.
Was I really like this
as a teenager? I've been thinking about the shit I did in my life.
Was I really like this as a young adult?
Like,
was I really like this? Yeah, it's
that should be hurting.
It's amazing because you see it in everybody. It's like, does everybody ever think about that?
Right.
Do you ever look back at your teens or when you were
I look back
kid.
at things I did in grade school and I feel remorse.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. Like, I'm 6 years old and I did something
Yeah.
Until this day, this shit hurts me. Like, I'm thinking about this shit, and I'm just like, damn.
I'm a piece of shit.
I'm a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Imagine going up to a 6-year-old, you're a piece of shit, kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Piece of
saying?
shit self, yeah.
Like, so I think about this stuff, and it's like, I feel bad. And it's like, I wish at that moment of time I could have did it differently. Or, you know, like, and I've had this happen to me in like a reverse type of way, where someone wronged me back in like 8th grade, and we hadn't spoken to each other for a long time, and this was someone I wasn't even close with.
Yeah.
And they found me and contacted me, and like, you know, for me, like, I remember the bad things that happened to me, but like, they're compartmentalized. That's not something I need to motivate myself anymore, like, because I'm not hung up on the past.
Yeah.
Like, what motivates me now is the future.
Yeah.
It's not to be better than who I was, it's to reach who I can be.
Yeah.
It's a different way of looking at it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not thinking about the bad things people did to me. Because at this point in time, I already realized we were all mentally finding ourselves, kind of finding who we were at that point in time. So, like, it was a crazy time. And they wronged me, and I think I'm like 23, 24, 25. And at the time, I still had Facebook. And they wrote me this long message. Oh, I remember 7th grade. I did this to you. I said this to you. Da da da. I'm sorry for being a bitch to you back in the day. And this, I'm like,
He doesn't remember it because that was a different person at that time.
right. Like, old me would have, like, me, it's me now. I'm like, I don't know how to respond. Like, I can't even feel the anger that I felt at that time to even accept your apology, if that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't even need to apologize because I'm not angry at you.
Well, they felt they needed to.
Right. You see what I'm saying? But it's just like, what brought that on? Is that, has that person reached a level where they can look back and be like, okay.
I would say, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's where it's just like, when that kind of, that started dawning on me, because there were times where I would just, like, on autopilot all the time, but it was mean. Like, I would just do the meanest things. I used to bully people. I would.
Different person.
I was
Sorry,
doing
bro,
things, bro. I was what?
You what?
What? That's crazy.
Vic's like he's streaming while he's watching us.
Vic, respect, bro.
Still working.
Still working. I
Still
feel
working.
it. I feel it. Don't
Still
worry,
working.
man. Don't worry. We gonna get there, brother.
Yeah.
We gonna get there.
So in conclusion to David's question.
Right. Yeah. Can we? I don't know what the question was, but let's talk about that Gray thing. The Gray app.
There's a channel called Luis Rodman. Big advocate and big supporter of being able to repair your own technology.
Ooh.
He's been fighting corporations and companies for years now. He has his own company and constantly is fighting for against companies wherein they try, like iPhones,
like
for
the
example,
right to fix type
the right
shit.
to fix. So another project he's been working on. So I originally started watching because of that, and I really respect him because of that kind of stuff.
Right.
But he came up with this other project that he's been working on for a couple years now, and I think it's a phenomenal idea. So it's this app. It's called. Actually, let me get the exact name.
That's all. Pull it out.
It's called GrayJay. It looks just like that.
Okay.
GrayJay.
So the way this app works is beautiful. So before I show you, I'll kind of explain it. So like, the way he explained it was, so us on YouTube, right? When somebody just subscribes to Tabletop Topics or somebody subscribes to Illusion, technically they're not, like if somebody subscribes to Illusion on YouTube, they're not subscribing to me. They're subscribing to YouTube.
Who references them to you.
References to me. So I don't own my identity.
Oh, whoa.
YouTube can fuck with my content in any way, shape, or form. I have no recourse. In any way, shape, or form. I don't really own my, in a way, I don't really own my shit.
Right.
I have no control over it.
Because you're essentially using their
platform.
I'm at their fucking. I'm on my knees to them. But what this app, Gray app, does is basically, you can take people off Rumble, off Twitch, off YouTube, and you can have them all in the same feed, like a subscription feed like YouTube has. You can have them all in one feed on one app.
Okay.
So it also helps creators. So let's say if you had a YouTube channel and you got taken off of YouTube, right? Now a lot of people just, and I do the same thing too, a lot of people just wouldn't want to go on your Rumble account and watch your Rumble. If you get kicked off of YouTube, for a lot of people, that's when they stop watching you.
They stop watching. Right, I feel it.
Now, if you're on, what Gray app helps though is if you're using the Gray app, and even if their YouTube channel gets banned, their videos would still be right in the same feed that you're still watching. So I'll give you an example. So the way it works is, you basically go over to here and you put in all your creators you want.
Oh wow.
So I got, see how I got Russell Brand on YouTube, got him on Rumble, different things. So you have your subscription, and it shows everybody from all the platforms, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, all right there.
Wow.
And then on my homepage, it actually shows stuff I want to actually watch. Because I don't know about you guys.
Wait, so it ports the video to the app?
Yeah, on this app you can watch, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool as shit.
So, like, watch. You can see, like, the likes and everything and all that on... But what's cool is, like, you can see the likes and everything on the platform YouTube.
Right.
But then you can also give your own likes. See how this has one like?
Right.
But the real video actually has, like... Okay, well, it has more than one like, but it has its, like, own, like, stats.
Yeah.
Like, app. But...
So it's like a content hub.
Yep, so they got Patreon, SoundCloud, Kick, and you can even add your own platform if they don't have
on there,
it.
yeah.
And it's free. But he
does
asks for you to pay the $10 one-time payment for the app. But he said, look, I'm not going to be anal about it. You guys are adults.
Right.
Technically, you can just use my app for free if you want. But I'm just asking you, if you do use it, could you please give me $10 for the app?
Because I can make it better. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so,
and it's one time, so it's like.
And it's one time.
Right.
What if in the future he decides to upgrade it, and then whoever paid the $10 are
gets
now grandfathered in?
Right?
So everybody who comes after, it'll be $10 a month.
So, first, what do you guys think about the app, or the idea of the app?
I think that's cool.
That's amazing because
I think that's
cool
because
idea,
instead of
right?
separating your audiences into many different apps, you can just put them all into one.
Okay, this was like when I was working with NFT crypto developer guys and shit. So pretty much there was this idea floating around, you know, at the time that they wanted to create like a NFT museum, interactive 3D marketplace for, you know, different NFTs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the biggest issue in programming this or even building this, what's the word I'm looking for? Building this, I don't want to say platform, but building this space was the area of failure. And the area of failure was, okay, this interactive museum can host all types of NFTs. But do you know where the museum fails? When you go to purchase the NFT, it takes you out of the museum and sends you to their website. You fail. You fail. That is literally playing it directly from the freaking app. I like that.
Yeah.
It's like a hub that has everything. Like to eat. And it even shows you the stats, you know, like you don't have to, it's just less work.
And imagine...
It's less work.
Imagine if you can live stream on that app like we do on YouTube. We won't have to pay Streamlabs Premium Plus to live stream on all these apps when it just brings all of them together.
Do you see what I'm saying?
So it'll do Rumble, it'll do YouTube. Yeah, it'll do Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook all at once if you do pay like a certain price.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
instead of you having to pay.
I really like that because like I can like he just said, you immediately get these ideas where it's just like, it's a content hub for content creators instead of.
And you actually own your identity.
Right.
Yes.
You own your identity because you know it's you. You can have that direct interaction with your audience instead of being locked on platforms. This is my Twitch audience.
It's just like Netflix. It's just like Premium Plus. It's just like BET Plus.
How they took all these shows and then scattered them across.
And you have to get like fucking 30 different.
Plus Disney Plus. Yeah, it's like all that stuff. When you can just.
Now, one thing that was some bullshit. YouTube came in with their just brilliant ideas, bro. Like
sensational.
So he made 2 videos on it. The first video was explaining GrayJay app, and the second video was giving like more, like the questions people had about the app. Like the second video was going over like the questions people had. YouTube takes down both of those videos, and actually gives him 3 community guideline strikes. Because they went back through his whole catalog and gave him a 3rd strike.
Oh, retroactive. Oh, that's so shit.
Just to get rid of him,
I hate that, bro.
Just to get the competition out of the way.
Because this is the first time I'm hearing about this from you. I've never heard of this.
His video was up for like 1 week, and YouTube took that shit down so quick.
They really don't want
If you look up GrayJay on YouTube right now, there's only 1 video talking about it. Yep.
Wow. And like I said, you saying this right now, this is the first time I'm hearing it.
Yeah, the only reason I saw the video is because I love Louise Rodman. I watch all of his content.
So you already got that notification when he dropped. I feel that. Damn.
And it's so shitty because it's such a fucking amazing idea.
Yeah, it is.
It's such a cool idea. It would help all of us out so much.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's what I notice a lot. Like when we try to use a lot of these platforms to crowdfund ideas that would make everyone's lives better.
Yes.
But it's like,
we can't let people escape the rat race. They need to stay in it to keep feeding us their money.
Like we tailored this algorithm, this platform to benefit us.
Yeah.
Get the most work out of these people and make us the most money.
Yes.
If it's easier for them, we're going to lose them.
Then it fucks them up.
Because now we got to pay out more if everyone is popping off. You know? So, I don't know, man. That's an amazing idea. I love that idea.
So, tell everybody about that.
I just downloaded it.
Yeah, I'll download that too because honestly,
I like that.
Honestly, like I said, it'd be easier. It's instead of, like I said, paying a premium for Streamlabs and then trying to get your content separate because there's only certain people that go on certain platforms. But if you can put it onto one and then create a live where it'll go live on all the platforms, that's the loophole.
Because then it also helps people too, where it's like, just like you said, like people who just like refuse to go on certain platforms, they can still find like your other content without having to
leave.
You know,
it's like a digital link tree.
Pretty much, kind of way.
I like that, but it's so much more interactive though. It's not like, oh, here's my websites. It's look at all the different videos and content I have on all my accounts, and it's all on one. You know, that's awesome. I like that. That's a really good idea.
Exactly.
That's a really good idea.
So I hope it pops off. I hope he's able to get it out there, even though YouTube's.
I never thought. No one's ever like. I've never seen.
I can't believe nobody's thought about that.
Right, content creating.
It's such a brilliant
social
idea.
Media, like a content like.
All the hubs.
It's basically it's like. The best way I can explain it is think of a what's the word where like back in the day everybody would meet in
congregation gathering, town square.
Town square.
Yes.
It's like a town square for all of social media.
Right.
Every platform, every video, every idea can be on one platform.
I feel that.
You can find all of it on one platform. Whatever you want on one platform.
Whatever you type in, like we all come our separate directions, but
it doesn't get any better than
we add it all to there. Yeah. No, he's right.
You don't have to go to different apps. You don't have to do any of this. Just one app.
It's on one app. It's
all
like
right there.
It's like cable, but for content.
So like for people who want to watch, it makes it so convenient for them.
For us, it makes it very convenient because they can actually find our content.
Mhm.
For them, it's
That's-
super
whoa,
convenient
okay.
because you see what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's the
okay,
future.
yeah,
That's it.
because like my mind's going crazy right now. Like the things that could happen with this.
With
Like,
it, yeah. And this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
like they
that's
just
amazing.
like uploaded it. I think.
that's amazing.
Well, no, he might have uploaded it a couple months ago and just like told us about it. But
Mhm.
like he just like mentioned it like 3 weeks ago or like
Mhm.
a month ago or something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna need that app.
Yeah,
We're gonna need that app.
that's
GrayJay.
cool.
I'm willing to give him $10
GrayJay.
just to get that app.
Yeah, great. Hey, man. Hey, it'd be nice to be one of the early adopters.
Early adopters, and not only that, if he has like stock in it too, and then we jump on it, especially if it's at like
Mhm.
0.00 something,
Absolutely.
and it blows up like it does Rumble and YouTube and all that stuff like that, then we're already locked in.
Exactly. And honestly, bro, I kind of just want to support this guy regardless because like if what
If
he's
he-
already doing with the right to repair and making an
Mhm.
app like this, like
You already know
clearly-
he's in this.
clearly
for
giving
right.
this guy money, he's going to do something that's going to benefit us as creators and
Mhm.
us as consumers.
Yes, sir.
Because to me, his track record has proven that, like,
It's not
actually,
profits over people.
he's doesn't seem like a piece of shit
Nah.
to me.
No, I used to be.
Seems like a
Sensational.
Why is that baby crying? I know why he's crying. I used to be a piece of shit.
Shit.
I used to be a piece of shit. Oh man, have you watched I Think You Should Leave?
It's on Netflix when you have time.
Okay, they have 5 seasons now.
But they're all like 15-minute
They're like
episodes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes episodes. But we got to wrap up, sir.
I didn't fucking do anything. I didn't do fucking shit. He's like, so this is the Lake Museum tour. We can say anything we want. Oh, you gotta watch
Yeah,
it.
you
I
gotta
think
watch
you
it.
should leave.
Yep.
Like literally, it's such a. You can watch it with your brain on
Okay.
and overthink it,
Okay.
and just be like, oh, I get it. Oh, that's cool. Or you can just watch it with your brain
Yeah.
off and just laugh like, oh man, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing, dude. There's like so many modes you could watch this show in because he's a genius. I get it. I get it, man.
He's a
I
genius.
get it's just like straight subversive, like
Yeah.
over the top. Like I always say, the elephant in the room.
The intrusive
It's like
thoughts.
the most serious, yes, intrusive thoughts.
Mhm.
Like it's the most you're having like a high level CEO business corporate merger happening, and there's this guy on the fucking couch starving to death because he used his fucking bonuses to go to this famous designer shirt where they sell the coolest design shirts, and he's starving. He's like, oh, it's so dope.
Yeah, he's got to watch it.
Oh, you gotta watch it, dude.
You gotta
It's
watch
so
it.
dope,
You gotta
man.
watch it.
It's so dope. But yes, sir, man.
David, you got any final
You
thoughts?
got any final thoughts for us, brother?
Future projects, anything you're working on?
Oh yeah. Definitely check out our Patreon. Our
Alright,
Patreon
awesome.
has been getting more supporters now. I think we're at
Yeah.
9 right now.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. We love that.
So we got a new series, Straight to It, on there. We have our exclusive docs on there,
Mhm.
and then also we have our regular docs on there, all in different playlists. So they're
Okay.
really easy to find and watch.
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Do you ever feel that there's some content that you can't post on YouTube, which is part of the same doc, but like you'd have like an extended exclusive version with like cutscenes that weren't included in the YouTube or something?
Right now, the way I'm doing it is just the Patreon is just videos that just can't be on YouTube.
I feel that.
But
Word.
I do want to have, because there is a lot of topics that could be on YouTube, but like there's things where like if you dig a little bit deeper, you can't have that on YouTube.
Right.
But the surface level itself is interesting.
Right.
So I would like to make videos that kind of explain the surface level, and then it's like if you wouldn't really get
like the
into it,
iceberg of it. Right.
then you gotta watch. Because I feel like that would be a
I
really
like
good.
that. I like that.
That's
I
what's
like
up, man.
that. Yeah.
Because it gives them something free, so like you can like watch it, understand what it's
Mhm.
about, and if it actually intrigues you and you want to know about like the real shit,
We got icebergs
And we got
for you.
iceberg for
Come
ya.
check it out.
Yeah.
so I definitely want to do that as well too.
Yes, sir. I love that. I love that. Anything that keeps us moving, brother.
Yes, sir.
Anything that keeps us going. Jeff, you got any final thoughts for us, brother?
I got no final thoughts. Oh, did we tell we got our passports finally came in?
You get your passports?
Yeah, it finally came in.
Finally
Oh,
came in.
right.
That's kind of how come we didn't speak anything about the trip, because we weren't sure.
We didn't have them yet. It
Yeah.
was
We didn't
so
have passports
Yeah.
dog. And here, check this out. We paid Express, right?
Yeah.
You what?
That's. I bet you know what that Express. Express. You know what I'm saying? And then we had to wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks to get our birth certificates.
Yeah, we had to wait
After-
2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks after.
But these new passports now, they have RFID chips.
So
and
you
then
just
they literally, like an actual like a, it's your passport, a card
So they
version
can
of
track
it.
you.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course,
yeah, for sure.
of course.
Make sure you're not doing
24/7 with
illegal.
that RFID
Illegal.
chip?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You.
We know exactly where
Well,
to find you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wait, what did you just ask?
Well, I was just gonna say, cause like my passport, like, you're only gonna know where I'm at with my passport from my address. But if I'm not at my address and I'm not using my passport, you wouldn't know where I'm at. But with the RFID chip,
Oh yeah,
wherever that passport's at,
any
they can at least
receiver, yeah, any.
I don't like that.
Ooh, yeah, it's sketch. It's sketch, man.
But then again, bro, we're getting tracked from our phones.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm
everything like that,
saying.
so it
Like,
doesn't-
you
So
know.
yeah, but that was a good piece of news, because I know we were trying to plan something, but of course we didn't have
Wait,
it.
now you got your passports?
Yes.
I already have my passport,
Yep.
so
Yep, next year.
Next year. That's
year's
why
a
I'm
done
just-
deal. Next
We're
year's
just
a done
trying
deal.
to
Oh, perfect.
chug
Next year,
through the rest
'cause
of
I
this
need a
shit.
little time to save up for.
No, you
I feel
good,
you.
dude.
You chilling.
Dude, yeah, we on the same boat too. So you
Okay.
know. So
Next
but-
year, though, wherever you guys want to go, try to give me at least like just a couple months in advance. But anywhere
sure.
you guys want to go, I'm
For sure.
down.
Okay, yeah, for sure,
sure.
for sure,
We can have
definitely.
Absolutely.
live footage of places. We can make some cool.
Yes,
some cool stuff together.
Yeah,
man.
for sure,
I want to
for
do
sure.
some vlogging. Bro.
Sensational.
I want to vlog.
But yeah, definitely. But no, other than that, man, we're still grinding, learning everything, trying
Yes,
to get
sir.
out there. Got
Always
interviews
learning.
coming up,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
But no, yeah, man. That's all I got. I ain't got.
So you got, brother?
How about you?
I always say what I say.
Yeah.
I said what I.
What did you say?
said. Everything that I just said. I can't remember that. You know what? I'll remember it 10 years from now at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m.
He's in the future right now. He's
I'll
in the
just
future
wake
right
up
now.
and like pull a sweat. Sorry, it was just my jacuzzi.
Shit.
man.
Shit.
No, but that's all I got to say, bro.
Oh,
You can
man.
take us home, man.
Awesome. Guys, thank you again for joining us at the tabletop. If you want to catch and watch our ugly mugs on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Deezer, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and now YouTube Music. We also have our YouTube channel, one word, Tabletop Topics, our Triple T's Clips channel, and our TikTok. So if you click on the links, it'll take you directly to the episodes, and of course we have timestamps so you can navigate throughout. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and of course leave us a comment. Guys, thank you again for joining us at the tabletop. You guys have a good night, weekend, evening, and day, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
See ya.